no issue with character deaths. It's just a chance to make a new one. I love making
Technically, it was the trinket's fault.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. This is... I should probably turn the music down.
Might help a little bit.
You want them to hear you.
Yes.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. This is Fists of Furry Dungeons and Dragons.
Season 2.
I am Zim, and the Divine Savine himself. And here's everybody else.
Hi.
Hello. I am Rika, your dungeon mistress for this evening. I will be the one setting these poor bastards through their paces. We were actually mid-session last week when we had to call it due to time, but it stopped at a very good point, and I can't wait to see how these folks handle things. Iquit Pup, beep to you two. Beep to you two. Who else we got tonight?
I'm not here. Don't ask me. Nope.
There's Tato. He even failed his stealth in chat. Over on the Magic Knives, we have Zale.
I was supposed to say something. I'm sorry, I wasn't given any preparation for this.
Oh, there you go. Also in the roguey classes, we have Elysian.
Hi.
And finally, the giggling necromancer herself, the one, the only, Shenzi Bonechomp.
Hi!
Omega Bro, hello. Welcome to Random Encounters. Have a seat there at the bar. We'll get you what you need. Hey, there's Kiero. He is actually going to be joining us in the Twitch chat since he's having trouble actually hearing us on Discord. He's going to be listening in through the stream and kind of playing it from there. He is the healer for the team, but he really needs to get into the game because things is getting real. Alright. See you in a little bit, Kelty.
I can just imagine, since Kira wasn't there last time, we're down there and we're fighting and we're all bloodied and scratched up and dying, and Kira comes bursting into the room. Hey, what did I miss?
Hi, what's all this thing? Oh my god, Toxic Crusader! How's it going, man? It has been a hot minute since you graced the Drowned Winch Tavern with your presence. Thank you so much.
I hope Kiero has like a mass healing spell to just heal all of us.
Depends on which domain he went with.
Yeah. Alright, so, before we officially get started here, I want to remind folks in both channels, both Zim's channel and the Drowned Winch Tavern, during these D&D sessions, we have something that is called Ethereal Influence. If during the course of this game you want to somehow fidget with the things that are going on, help the monsters, help the party, anything like that, donate those bits, subscribe to one of the channels. Those are going to get you the ability to add Ethereal Influence. Now, the way that you have to, the amount that you can influence things is dependent on how much you donate. Now, if it's a handful of bits, you can do something funny like turn someone a different color for a short little while, something silly like that. If you donate large amounts or subscribe to the channel, to one of the channels, we'll see it and you'll be able to do much more with that. Along with that, we do have both the DM screen and the player screen up on the Khadgar, which I'm going to be dropping into both chats right now. If you want to check out either Zim, the player screen, or my DM screen, it has a little bit of different information on both, so you can kind of see what's going on, but I ask that you not share information between them. That is metagaming, and that is cheating. Other than that, I really hope that you guys are ready for this. Hey, Terranel! Dude, Terranel! It has been so long, man. Welcome back. Captain Ankar, I see you as well.
I don't see any of these people.
That's because they're in the random encounters chat. Are you on the Khadgar?
Oh.
Here, I'll put it in the Fists of Furry chat.
They need to come over to and follow both channels.
Well, that's what I'm encouraging. No, Toxie, no cheating! No, bad! Bad, Toxie!
Spray bottle him in the face.
Swear to God, I will spray you down with Windex.
Ow.
Well, it keeps him from running around naked. You get it? Windex prevents streaking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh god.
Yes, what can I do for you, Turlix?
That's funny, damn it. Alright. Now then, the last time they were in combat, the group had just finished taking out one of the priests from a cult called the Cult of the Crushing Wave. These people have been trying to maintain hold of an artifact known as the Orb of Living Water, and the party has been tasked to retrieve that. Upon defeating this this priest of the cult, after Tato's loud mouth got him slapped around a little bit, the priest actually began vomiting up blood and water and eventually just wound up as a completely drained husk on the floor. The water and blood that he, let's say, blurfed, eventually coalesced and summoned a Hydra. This is,
Hail Hydra!
Yes, Hail Hydra, hence the name of the stream for tonight. Terranel, no, the characters are not all dogs. We do have a noble wolf, that's Nemotar. He is a quadruped. Tato is actually a harp seal, Elysian is a wolf, Shenzi is a hyena, and Zale is some kind of cat thing.
Well, I've got to admit, I'm not quite certain not having done my parents, but I'm told I quite resemble a lynx.
Ah, there you go. Well, Toxie, I'm glad you asked. That is because the game that we are actually playing is for a group that we are calling Fists of Furry. And
We don't have a monk.
is...
I will point that out every time you mention the name. We don't have a monk.
You know what? I'm
Sorry,
going to do that.
You told me before I came in, and I make a shit monk as a player, so...
Okay, let's all get Zale dead so he makes a monk.
Actually, I have a bard. Kill Zale, you'll have to kill him as well. And
Okay.
then I'll probably bring in Kenzai.
Okay.
If I die, I'll make the monk.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay,
All
good.
right,
We
so-
have 2 rogues anyway. You can die.
Oh, wait, what? We've got a second row. I was not aware of this.
Alright, so... last we left off, it was Zale's turn. You were standing in front of this rather large creature. Let me give you a brief description of this. The Hydra almost reaches the top of this chamber, even though you had to traverse a winding staircase to get down here. The Hydra almost fills the far end of the room, their heads almost touching the roof. It does have 5 heads, and each of those heads looks rather hungry. Because of this, I feel that you guys might have a little bit of a tough time going after these. With that, let's go ahead and get it started. Zale Argent, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
First and foremost, our Hydra is an Arcana check for lore and knowledge. That is typically the case for Pathfinder. I'm not quite sure on 5e.
What are you trying to do?
Zela wants to know if it's any good at fighting in the dark.
Go ahead and roll for. Do you know anything about Hydras? Would your character know anything about those through his travels?
He does live in a port town, so I give it odds to evens, essentially. It doesn't actually matter which knowledge skill it is. He has a +2 on all of them, so I'm going to roll nature.
Okay, nature.
Rika, you had
Nope.
me roll nature for this earlier, and I passed it.
Oh, but Zale doesn't share your information, and unlike my advanced Pathfinder group, we don't have telepathic communications. So Zale doesn't know anything you know. He's going to play it safe and take the disengage action, and then beat Tail to the stairs.
Smart.
Okay.
Because he has 3 hit points left and is not a noble sacrificial type.
Okay.
Rook, however, will distract it as much as he can.
Wait, Rook? I thought he was...
Unfortunately, Rook... Yes. For those who have not been around, Zale is actually reborn of a demon queen known as the Raven Queen, the goddess of death. And
the subscription, Drax.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Draxian Oblivion, thank you for the subscribe on Zim's channel. If you would like to influence the game with your ethereal influence, shoot me a DM on Discord if you have it, or let me know in the chat, and I will see what I can do.
Zim's not gonna starve.
Yeah, Rook's still out. As kind of a totem of the Raven Queen, Zale was more or less cursed to have to carry around a crow named Rook, who would peck him in the head, but was also a useful tool. However, during the previous encounter, Nemotar got a little bit chomp happy and wound up chewing through the poor bird.
Innocent Rook.
Yes.
I did it because Rook was being annoying and wouldn't go into the circle.
Yeah.
You mean the glyph that would have killed, that would have summoned all of that undead?
It was still disobeying Zale, so we had no use for it.
There you go.
And it's a raven, I believe.
Yes.
Correct.
However, being that Rook is a totem of the Raven Queen, he is essentially immortal, so he can be killed, but he will return.
Yeah, no, I know it.
Much to the chagrin of Zale. Just a second.
But yes, Zale carefully draws away from the 5-headed monstrosity in front of him and limps his way to the stairs.
Alright, so, yeah, you are pretty beat up. You have 3 hit points left, so yeah, he'd be running. Elysian, it is your turn. You were standing about 5-10 feet behind Zale. You just saw him manage to disengage from the Hydra and begin moving towards the rear of the room. Toxie, I swear to God, if you try that Ugandan Knuckles bullshit, I will personally ban your ass.
In other words, Zim does not know the way.
I can do it to you too. I will mute your ass in Discord.
Anyway, so
We
they
do
can
have a timeout channel.
get my thing out before Tato freaking does everything. Okay. I have no idea what to do, so should we run or should we stay? I'm going to say running's probably the better option right now. Team? Party members?
Yeah,
Yeah, they were talking about it earlier in chat. They wanted to all just beat feet.
Well, I reckon you can do whatever you want to do, but I'm getting my little ass out of here.
I'm going following the footsteps of Zale.
yeah. Get out of the room for now, summon the undead, have them be a distraction, have Zale use darkness, grab the artifact, and then get the hell out.
Would darkness work on the Hydra?
That's what Zale was trying to determine. Some monsters of that variety tend to have blind sense or blind vision, but It's all about whether or not he could take those 5 attacks of opportunity while he was trying to move away without the disengage action.
Yeah. If you'd have tried to just run away, you would have been attacked 5 times.
Yeah, I have my disengage too, so I'm using that.
Alright, you are just outside of the reach, so you are able to disengage. Tato, you have headed back to the previous room already, if I remember correctly from the last session. You are down to 15 hit points. What would you like to do in that previous room?
I'd like to try to rig it so that the portcullis door is open so that we can escape.
Okay, that's going to be a strength check to get that set.
Okay.
Soaring landfall. There you go. Terranel, why would somebody want to beat feet? I thought it was beat your meat. Yes, thank you, Terranel. Lovely.
Very much. We really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm sure you debate math a lot too. Okay.
Actually, it's a very particular thing for slaves. If they try to run away, you'll beat their feet so they can't.
Yeah.
Trying to run away before the Hydra can do this to us.
Yes. 7, you're not able to lift the portcullis on your own. It has slammed shut. And just for future reference, the community over at Random Encounters is the Drowned Wench Tavern. So expect a little bit of salty words from us.
Alright, I'd like to make an investigation check on it to see if I can look for a way to break it somehow.
Okay, go ahead. And
Crap.
yeah, you have no idea what the hell's going on.
Erotic inspiration again.
You got beat head, neck, and shoulders with magic missiles in the previous round, so you're still kind of reeling from that. You have no idea what's going on, and you're panicking slightly.
I ask the water elemental, "Hey, can we break this?" I ask it, of course, in Aquan. Tato just gives a silent thumbs up.
This is going to get weird for me. I'm not sure if I can accept it. What are you having trouble accepting, Kelty? Alright, so, it is yeah, that's the kids here.
Yeah, they're having like a grocery store level meltdown.
Yeah, there's twins and another child who's 3 years younger than the twins, and then an actual 3-year-old, so that's what's doing here. They're triggering the microphone. The kids are triggering the noise gate on my microphone again, and they're hearing it on stream. Alright, the water elemental is going to move towards the gate, and you had said that you wanted it broken, correct?
Yes.
Alright.
Let's see if we can break this thing down.
The water elemental rolls a 16 and is able to start bending in the metal. It is rather old and rusted due to the age not only of the tower but also of the constant deluge of mud and water. So it is beginning to break.
Alright. Next turn, no, I won't tell you what I'm going to do on my next turn.
Alright. It is the Hydra's turn. It is going to begin moving across the room towards the rest of the party. Its head's rearing back, preparing to strike. Shenzi, it is your turn.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I scream at everybody to run, and I start running back towards the way we came in.
Alright, so Shenzi hustles her hyena booty out of the room too.
Shenzi panics and takes off. Shenzi is not messing with this stuff. Nope, not happening.
Alright, so Shenzi has left the room. Is there anything else you were going to do?
Nope.
Alright.
Use both of my movement actions and do nothing else.
Run, 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 run.
Exactly.
All right, Nim, it is your turn.
Do we have the orb that we're here for?
No,
No.
the orb is in the hand of a statue behind the Hydra.
How big is this orb?
The orb is about the size of a bowling ball.
The question is, how big is this statue?
The statue is... Actually, that was on the information here, so let me pull that up here. Let's see. There's the altar. On a raised platform. It just says a huge statue of a muscular figure stands on a raised platform. Huge usually denotes that it's at least 15 to 20 feet tall.
Exactly. There's no way of getting this orb while trying to run out. So our options are to kill the Hydra, or Zale, or Ninja, if she has a spell slot left for it, drop a globe of darkness over the area and tries to sneak it out. Because Zale can see through that.
Mage handed the stupid thing on my turn.
But it's too heavy. Mage Hand has a 5-pound limit. I would assume a bowling ball-sized lump of crystalline substance is heavier than 5 pounds.
Oh.
I think
It's almost as though they wanted to make us fight this Hydra.
I think I will just go ahead and disengage and run.
Oh, if it's at all relevant, by the way, Zale's move speed is 35, not 30. So, you know, there's extra 5 feet.
I'll be right back.
He's got a little bit of hustle. He's got a little bit of hustle.
So the Hydra was following after us. How close is it to Zale's fluffy little tail bob?
As you guys manage to get out the door, the Hydra has made it about halfway across the room, but its heads are able to lash out up to 10 feet, so it's snapping at your heels as you exit the room.
Comparing the relative size of the Hydra's body and the doorway, could it possibly slither through?
No. No, but the heads can attempt to reach up the staircase towards you.
This is a spiraling stair, which means we can't stand 10 feet back and shoot at it.
Correct.
Then I see no reason to remain here. Zale's going to hustle up the stairs. He might throw some pithy growls under his breath while he's at it. That's about it.
Alright,
stairs.
As the party enters the room, you see Tato and the water elemental kind of go into town on the parapet at the back of the room. Let me... there. From there, the party kind of gathers around trying to figure out what's going on. As the water elemental is bashing on this portcullis, Tato, go ahead and give me a perception check. I think he may have just stepped away, didn't he? I forgot about that. Who else is close by? Elysian was the next one after Zale to leave.
Yep.
Oh, you're back? Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Go ahead, give me a perception check. Shut up, Toxie! You ass! I've been to your channel. I know we do better. Hello? Is there anybody out there?
Actually, everybody's occupied right now running away from a large 5-headed serpent. They might not exactly have time to respond to your insistent texts.
Well, I understand that. I'm just trying to get Tato to do a perception check.
Oh, I didn't know you were speaking to me. I'm sorry.
Yes!
Apparently he fumbled.
Apparently. Alright, yeah. This is something that doesn't normally happen around you. As you're watching this water elemental go to town on this portcullis, you see a strange kind of glowing green miasma begin at the core of the water elemental and kind of extend outwards, touching the outer membrane of the water elemental. It stops hitting the portcullis, and it kind of turns its body towards you, Tato. It does speak to you in Aquan.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
At first, Tato was like scared, thought that. Oh wait, it's not my turn. I can't really react yet.
Oh, you can right now, yes.
For a moment there, I thought you like got corrupted or something. Whew.
Alright. It continues conversing with you in Aquan.
Tato just yells to everyone in common, everyone to me.
Shrug, I guess so. We don't really have a choice, so yep. To Tato.
Is everybody else going to follow suit?
Yeah.
Seeing that that's where the way out is, probably. Yeah.
Alright, as the party gathers, the water elemental raises itself up in size and begins to weave its way around and over the party. As it does so, you begin to feel warmth across your skin.
Ooh.
And in fact, those who have taken heavy damage begin to feel relief, as well as stamina returning. Thanks to Draxian's subscription and ethereal influence, the healing properties of the water elemental have worked. The party receives the benefits of a full rest.
Woo!
Oh, nice!
Yay!
Heal you by like half. Oh my god.
Full rest, all my spells are back!
You want to do the menu thing, Rika?
Let's go fight this Hydra.
Menu thing? What do you mean?
I know,
Oh,
now
yeah.
that I'm
Actually
feeling
do the long
rejuvenated,
rest.
it's like, let's go kill this thing!
Basically.
Alright, Savio Durg, thank you for joining us.
Savio's a buddy of mine. Fellow SEAL.
Ah! Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Any buddy of Tato's is next in line for soup.
Potato soup, that is.
Alright, with the party refreshed, go ahead and give me new initiative rolls.
Just because,
Oh my god.
oh my god! Just because we're refreshed doesn't mean we can't, use what we can here. Let's summon up the undead here and have them attack the Hydra.
Shenzi, is your
Oops.
dice just completely black?
Yes, sir.
Ugh, you're such a goth!
How'd you know?
Alright, yep. I'll catch you later, Toxie. Have a good one.
This is I'm sorry.
Toxic orc. Orc.
So what are we going to do about me and Zim? We both roll 24.
I'll go ahead and...
Kiero has requested that somebody puppet his character.
I can do that. It means that you won't have access to it, though, Kiero.
He said that his stream is behind to the point where he can't keep up. He just now got to the Tato is talking to an Aquan part.
Oh.
So he is lagged pretty bad.
Well, I can puppet it, it's just he won't be able to control his character either.
Well, he's not able to, I don't know if he's actually able to... Okay, he is able to get his character. He just doesn't... he's just not able to keep up with what's going on.
Severe technical difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah, I let him know that he would have to give up control of the character, at least for this session. Yeah, unfortunately, if you do want to play with the ZGF crew, I'm already pretty much stacked as far as D&D goes. I run a game today. I am a player in a game on Monday, and on Sundays I actually go to a buddy's house to play. Throughout the rest of the week, Monday through Friday, I do stream over on Random Encounters, just video game stuff, so I really don't have any time in the evenings to DM any other games. But ZGF does have some rather capable DMs. And if we can find someone...
Well, we've got 3 full groups. It's just... we need more DMs to start more groups.
Yeah.
We've got a couple that are waiting on a couple of things. I know that we've got a Starfinder game coming on Sundays.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
We're basically just waiting on that to be released on Fantasy Grounds.
Okay. Kiero said, yeah, I'm okay with it. He just needs to know how to turn on Puppet. I think he just has to,
go up to your icon, right-click
You'll
on
have
it.
to write it to him in the chat, so it's faster.
And once he does that, I will need this. If he does it.
Am I able to do that from my side?
You can only kick him from the server.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Well, actually, it might work. Let's see. Oh, he did it already.
Yay for technical
Okay, there you go.
difficulties.
Alright. Now we're good.
Yay for no more technical difficulties.
Alright, Kiero is back in. He is now under control of Zim. So the party has their healer back.
Yay, healer! Heal up! Wait, we were just healed. Never mind. Don't heal us.
Alright. The party, having been refreshed thanks to the magical properties of a water elemental and the ethereal influence of one Draxian Oblivion, it is now a fresh new start against the Hydra. Elysian.
Yay! Well then, so I guess just time to start getting down there. Can I try and stealth getting back into that room? Or is the Hydra looking?
The Hydra's heads are searching up the staircase.
Oh yeah, that's right. They are searching up the staircase.
Well, I would recommend trying to send something a bit more disposable down there to sort of occupy its attention, like.
I have a lot of ball bearings.
We could send in the undead, like I keep suggesting.
Yeah, but we have to get Shenzi to raise the undead, and are there any undead bodies nearby?
I don't
Shenzi
think
wouldn't
we
mind
need her
raising
to
the
use that.
undead, but the undead cannot get too far away, and she cannot lose concentration.
I don't
How
think
far
we
away
need the
can you go?
undead for this.
Oh, I know. Hey Shenzi, do you still have those shears?
Yes.
Oh
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Well then, let's take its attention away then.
Well, yeah, he won't be expecting a sheep.
Except that it cannot actually target him.
Yes, so it won't be much of a distraction past the first second or so.
Well,
Or
if
we can
it,
attack the Hydra.
well, yeah, if it's just meant as a distraction, then that could be done. It may not be able to target the sheep, but it may actually grab the Hydra's attention for a little bit. Do you know how to find out?
Worst comes to worst, I just come back up. Anyways,
Okay.
with that, Elysian takes out a blanket and throws it over himself, and as soon as he does, in his place is a sheep, which then goes toddled down the stairs and right past the Hydra.
It's not even no, it's actually just Elysian's voice. Bah. The sheep. All right. As you kind of hop down the stairs, you see 3 Hydra heads kind of searching around, and when you come down the corner, all 3 of them look up at you. Then they share glances to each other. Let me check something here. Oh dear, this is gonna be fucking hilarious. Okay, so wow.
God.
So that's 1 head. That's 2 heads. And that's 3 heads. 2 of the heads are just confused about why you're there and what the heck a sheep is doing down here. The 3rd head, they have a -4 to intelligence, by the way.
Oh god.
Which is
so
harder than some animals, but
the 3rd head, I rolled a 4. So it essentially got a 0 on its intelligence roll. The 3rd head is just like its forehead is up against the wall and it's counting grains on the brick as part of the wall. And drooling slightly.
So I have to cut in here. My Shadowrun group I run on Sundays, we made the mistake of letting one of the players roll an Awakened Hydra. We have determined that his rightmost head is named Derpy. It actually applies a penalty to his logic whilst it is attached, but a bonus to his charisma.
He is God's perfect creature.
Actually,
Protect.
this is what qualified him for the dependence drawback.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny.
Here we have another example. This must be genetic to all hydras.
I guess. I get just one head is literally a drooling idiot. Let's see.
Okay. So.
All right. Yeah. You've managed to get down the stairs. You're now on the ground floor, standing hoof to toe with a hydra. Two of its heads are regarding you with curiosity. One of the heads is essentially eating paste, and the other two are just scanning the room inside, looking for enemies.
Elysian balls 3 times, pause, and then balls 3 times again.
Ba, ba, ba. At this point, the other 2 heads come slithering over.
You just send an SOS.
No, he's trying to imply that there are 3 heads currently there, but he'd start to begin to see if he can make his way into the actual room.
The other 2 heads hear the buying and come to take a look at what's going on.
Oh god.
One of the heads, once again, is just confused about what's going on. The 5th and final head that shows up looks down, looks at the other, 3, kind of smacks the one that is licking the wall, and lowers its nose down towards you and begins smelling you.
I just keep trying to go in the room, see if I can guide it away from the staircase. With,
it is so dirty, you could probably walk between its legs and get its head stuck.
They're dumb, but they're used to being a hydra.
I don't know. Paint chips over here might get a little confused.
Paint chips!
Wow.
You know what? Hold on.
Oh god.
No, that's only one of the heads of the Hydra's names.
Beat a Hydra by using
That's all
your sheet.
it takes, Tato.
One head is named Paint Chips, the other one is Window Licker.
No, don't start naming it. We'll want to keep it as a pet then.
Yeah, we have to humanely, I mean not humanely, but it's the only humane thing to do is to kill this thing. Because if we just leave, it'll starve to death, and that would be bad.
So if you take a look at the combat tracker...
Yeah.
I love how we just spontaneously know their names.
Dead, Fred, Chad, and I.
And Paint Chips.
Oh, does it say Paint Chips?
Yes, it does.
Because to me it's just got cut off, so it's just I. Yep, there it is.
Ted, Fred, Chad, and Paint Chips.
I thought one of the head names was Window Licker, though.
Ted, Ned, and Chad, and Paint Licker.
Paint Chips.
No, Window Licker was what I thought of.
Shenzi called it Paint Chips first, so that's kind of what stuck.
Yeah.
Yes, that is Tay-Tay giggling, Savio. Alright, so
I do a giggle.
You've managed to make it into the room, Elysian. You slip past Ted, Ned, Fred, Chad, and Paint Chips, and kind of sheep bounce into the center of the room. The heads kind of turn and follow you. The body soon follows. Paint Chips is just kind of dragging his face on the floor, blowing bubbles in the water.
Oh my god, this is the best Hydra. It's too bad we have
you have got its attention. Is there anything else you'd like to do before your turn's over?
He just spin in circles and then blow bubbles in the water just like Paint Chip.
He's making friends.
Okay. I'm certain.
Alright. You know what? You know what? Just for that, go ahead, give me a performance check.
Okay,
Oh my
one
God.
second. Where's my performance?
This would be one of those times for you to roll a 20. Oh, 13's good.
Well,
Not like it's hard to pull paint chips.
It was performance versus charisma, and this is what I rolled for charisma. So you kind of sheep hop over to paint chips. The water is just under your face, so you're not drowning. You lower your snout into the water and begin blowing bubbles. Paint chips kind of stares at you a little bit, blows bigger bubbles, and you get into a bubble blowing contest with Paint Chips the Hydra head. The other 4 Hydra heads are now staring down at the both of you, confused as fuck. Nim, it is your turn.
Alright, so are we going in and attacking, or...
I don't think so.
None of you guys upstairs see this happening. You just saw Elysian turn into a sheep, leave, boss 6 times, and then nothing. So you have no idea what's going on downstairs.
I mean, if the Hydra is attacking, it would have made noise by now.
Okay.
This Hydra is...
They
I guess
can tell the
chill?
Hydra isn't in the stair, though, right?
They can't tell. They would have to actually head into the stairwell to see if the Hydra's heads were still there.
Somebody should be able to, like, sneak a peek, see that it's not there, and, like, sneak down the stairs and see that it's not there, and then try to avoid the distraction that is Paint Chips and Elysian.
It is Nim's turn.
I'm gonna go down and take a look.
Yes, that quote needs to be added. You are now in a bubble blowing contest with Paint Chips the Hydra head. Hey, Elysian. You need to grab that quote and put it in the out of context.
Oh yeah, I do. Where's the quote? Up there it is.
Oh, that's fantastic.
What out of context?
It's in another server. They have an out of context D&D quotes. Traxian, I imagine Paint Chips with a mustache. He does not have a mustache. However, he does not blink in synchronicity. One eye blinks and then the other one follows shortly after. So it's kind of an off-axis gink. Alright, what were you going to do, Nim?
I guess I'm just gonna go down to the bottom of the stairs.
Alright, as you get to the bottom of the stairs, the Hydra heads are no longer in the stairwell. In fact, you're staring at the Hydra's butt. Its tail is kind of wrapped around its back leg. And its heads appear to be intently staring at something over to the right. What you hear this odd noise coming from the right-hand side. And if you lean over a little bit, you will see a sheep blowing bubbles against the nose of a derpy Hydra head.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna sit here.
Oh, just kind of butt plops down. Pap. Alright, Shenzi, it is your turn.
Glad I can fucking breathe again. Jesus. Okay. Shenzi is going to try to help break the door with the water elemental. Sorry, I'm being headbutted. Oof. I think my audio's cutting out again.
No, I can hear you.
Okay. So, is strength check to help break the door?
Yes. A strength check to help break the door.
I do not have much strength, I apologize. Oh, okay,
Yeah!
let's just high roll that.
See,
It's still in a
You've been
panic.
high rolling all of your strength checks, I've noticed.
yeah, it's
that
like
was the one with the crowbar bonds.
there was the one with the crowbar, yes, but most of the time when Shenzi just gets like tired of the world's shit, she suddenly becomes like a demigod and just wrecks whatever happens to be in front of her. The portcullis is a prime example of this. Still kind of not knowing what's going on downstairs and really wanting to get away from the Hydra, she's just like, enough of this! Just grabs the bars and with a rending metal shearing tear just rips it from the wall and tosses it into the center of the room.
And that's
Tato just like gives you a slow clap, like
Damn. Just
Well, I guess to be fair, I would start making my way back towards the other room. But it is the water elemental's turn.
yes, it is.
yeah, we don't need to fight this thing right now. We can just leave.
Actually, we do. Because we need the orb that it's still protecting.
That's true.
Well, then, Mr. Rogi, Magicy, Zale Argent, you can go get the orb yourself because you're sneaky and fast.
We can leave.
Wait, I didn't volunteer for this, to be fair.
Why don't we just leave and get some like 5 sheep and feed it to the Hydra?
Because the
One
tower
for
is
each
due to
head.
collapse at any given moment, so...
Oh, God dang it.
You don't have
Fine,
time
we
to
have
leave.
kill the Hydra.
Alright, the water elemental, it does appear to be rather drained from reviving the group. So it's kind of sitting in the middle of the room, just kind of taking on an amorphous shape, trying to rest up. It is able to accept and follow through on requests, but it may not be at full fighting form just yet.
Can it sneak downstairs and get the orb?
Well,
I mean, it would blend in really
could.
well.
It very well could. It does become invisible in water.
I have a better idea.
What?
Well, you know how the water elemental can extend a tentacle, right?
Yeah.
You can just use one of those to grab the orbs. Or the orb.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you won't
Yeah.
see it when it's downstairs in the water, and it can just reach up and grab it and make its way back upstairs.
This is like the most useful NPC we've ever had ever.
Nor
And to
will ever
think-
have again.
And to think, you completely bullshitted your way into being its friend.
I didn't bullshit it. I mean, I thought it was. I thought what I was saying was honest.
It is Kiero's turn. I let him know in chat, but I don't know if he was able to see it.
Oh god. Oh god.
Kiera said, I feel smacking the heads with a mace is the worst possible option, and nobody seems hurt, so I'm probably going to move myself. Also out of crossbow bullets, so I can't do anything there. Alright, so he's going to take up a defensive position, probably within a corner of a room. Now, can we keep this water elemental as a friend? He's such a snuggy, huggy blob. Yes, he is, and
It's actually a female, I think. I mean, the other
It's
water
supposed to
weirds
be.
called it
Have
mother.
members.
The water weirds called it mother.
Well,
So-
it's kind of in the way you would call the parent.
Earth. Yeah, Earth Mother.
Well,
it is.
yes.
They are of that, but maybe not directly related.
Alright, Kiero's gonna use Guiding Bolt.
Oh dear.
Yes?
You're gonna piss off this Hydra. Way earlier
Suddenly,
than
I'm
we
a lot
wanted
less
to.
interested in sneaking down that way.
Wait, you're
guiding,
out of.
Don't mess
Are
up
you?
my distraction.
guiding bolt. It's magic. It has returning properties.
What does it do
What are you
exactly?
talking about returning properties?
Magical items automatically have returning. Or is this actually like a magic
Guiding
attack?
Bolt is a spell.
Cantrip. Okay.
No, not cantrip. It's a bit more powerful than a cantrip.
Kyo said spam that shit too. So, so a 19 does hit Ted, Ned, Fred, Chad, and Paint Chips. It's gonna hit them square in the rumpus as the guiding bolt is fired down the stairs. And it deals 11 damage.
And the next attack again, the next melee attack against it has advantage. That may not be what I want to do, but we'll see.
Yeah, it just says next attack roll, nothing about melee.
Clear that out there, Rika, because I think I put that on the wrong... Oh wait, I can do that. Never mind. So yeah, next, in the next attack roll. So yeah, any attack roll made against it, before you attack, let me know and I'll grant advantage to you.
Or we can just click advantage.
That too.
There you go. Alright, so Kyo blasts Ted, Ned, Fred, Chad, and Paint Chips in the butt with a guided bolt. From downstairs you hear a roar as some of the heads whip around angrily and look back at the staircase. Paint Chips continues his bubble blowing contest with the sheep.
And see Zim sitting there.
Yes, the heads whip around and stare directly at Nim sitting on the bottom steps. Zale, it is your turn. Oh, Kiro also said if anyone gets hurt, healing is priority.
Well, I was going to try and sneak down there, but now that it's looking at the stairs again...
Which means I have to try and re-distract it again.
Well, let me ask
you. No, you still have Paint Chips well distracted.
Yeah, but I don't have all the heads distracted.
Is this room square, rectangular, or circular?
It is circular. Thank you, Kelty.
So presumably the Hydra is perhaps midway between the center and the stairs. Or is it right up to the stairs?
It is just about right up to the stairs. If it were to back up, its butt would plug the door.
Okay, if Zale were to drop a globe of darkness so it covered the Hydra's flank and just the edge of the stairs, would that get him most of the way to the orb? I think it's a 20-foot radius.
That would get him off around the edge of the room and out of reach of the Hydra's heads. And it would put him at an advantage ahead of the Hydra.
The issue there is for a level 1 rogue, which is what Zale is, hide is not yet a bonus action, it's still a standard, which is also what darkness takes.
Oh, okay.
So he can't actually do that. I think I'll wait. Zale will hold his action until the Hydra is further distracted by engaging somebody else.
Okay.
But he will move a little bit further down the stairs, so he's in position to move swiftly.
Okay.
And take the hide action, so I'll give you the stealth check now.
Yep, please do.
Boop.
Unfortunately, that's not going to work. This thing has a rather high passive perception. Alright, Tato, it is your turn.
I'm gonna talk to the water elemental.
Okay.
Thank you, friend. I have one more task for you. Tell me when you're ready. I don't need you for your combat skills. I just need you to sneak in there and grab the orb and get out. The wizard is dead.
Yeah, pretty much. The Paint Chips doesn't feel much.
What do you mean? Will it affect you in some way if you touch it? You know what?
For those of you who cannot read the actual writing on the screen, the water elemental speaks in a language called Aquan, which only Tato can understand within the group. Basically, Tato and the water elemental are conversing, and it's said that it can attempt to grab the orb, but it's not sure what would happen should it touch the orb.
You know what? I'd rather not risk it.
Alright.
It might turn you into some kind of monster. Or some kind of corruption. I don't know. Be prepared to leave with us. That's all then.
The water elemental goes back to creating amorphous shapes with itself.
He resting. Alright, Tato is going to ready his longbow and start heading down the stairs. The moment he sees a head, he'll shoot and then run back upstairs like a little bitch.
Okay. So
hey, I have to play fair.
So as you come down, you see three of the heads in the hallway staring rather intently at a possibly cowering Nemotar at the bottom step. They do not see you.
Nim is not cowering.
So Nim is sitting there, staring up at three Hydra heads, and then looking at him rather angrily.
So, do I see this Hydra's rumpus?
You do, but you also see the heads of the Hydra peering over its own butt.
I shoot the peerer.
And do recall advantage on the attack.
Oh, yes.
Thanks to Kiero.
Yep,
Good
yep.
job, kid.
Bubble bath bombs, really?
So they have a display of those at my local grocery store right now, and they are stacked precariously. We're all just waiting for them to fall, break into powder on the floor, and somebody to track in snow water.
Just a frothy mess in the vestibule. You didn't roll that with advantage.
Did I have to?
Well, not if you didn't
go ahead,
want to.
Go ahead, roll a second. You might crit.
True. I got the same exact roll.
19 again. All right. But yeah, a 24 does hit.
By the way, I am attacking a neck.
Okay.
Oh, my.
Nine damage to whichever one was Peering's neck. Right in the
Okay.
throat.
Fair enough. How about some raspberry gelatin? Alright. One of the necks winds up taking 9 damage. The heads kind of whip around looking for who shot, and they see you on the stairs. They begin hissing angrily.
Then I run up.
All right.
I run back up. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. This is the plan that's working. You can't follow me completely up here. It's just too big.
All right.
That'll be my.
Midnight 79. There's only one man who would dare give me the raspberry. As the heads watch you run up the stairs, one of them turns back down and stares at Nim. it is actually going to use one of its attack actions against Nim. Ooh, low roll. A 13 does not hit Nim. Seeing that Tato came down and shot the frickin' thing, you would be on alert, waiting for an attack. So as the head snaps towards you, you kind of squish yourself against the wall, and it snaps into the air right where you would have been had you not moved. Elysian, it is your turn.
Okay. Well then, that didn't go quite as expected, because I didn't expect you guys to actually start attacking so soon. And now with Tato, I'm not sure if I can redirect its heads.
You're still hanging out with paint chips.
Yeah.
He'd begin to slowly back up, see if paint chips will follow him.
As you back up, paint chips kind of keeps trying to poke its nose to yours.
He's giving you snoodle boops.
Don't forget he wants to kill you, Tato. As he sees this, he'll try and back up more, see if he can force paint chips to make the body move forward. Come on.
Let's find out if that works here. Damn it! Hold on. Damn it! So stupid! Amen. I need that translated. There we go. Alright. Midnight 79, yes, thank you for the follow. Alright, go ahead, give me another perform check.
Performance, charisma. Boop. Yay!
Damn!
Oh my god!
Paint Chips is now like your bestest friend in the whole wide world. His only goal right now is to play Bubbles with the odd fluffy thing. And he's going to try to begin pulling into the room. And let's find out here. Boom. 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 And boom. As you back up, Paint Chips is so enamored with playing Bubbles that it begins dragging the entire Hydra with it. The other heads are just snapping into the corridor. They look over their shoulder and see Paint Chips just dragging the rest of them away after a sheep. And they begin hissing and lashing themselves into the air out of anger.
I wish that the spirit of the priest that we killed, you know, because he summoned this thing, I wish he could see what's going on and just realize that Tato was right all along.
Somewhere
Wow.
down in Davy Jones'
really-
manga, he is rolling over on his bunk.
Look at what you summoned. This is the thing you summoned. Great job. Was it
Remember,
worth all
folks-
of that agony?
Remember, folks, a totally foolproof plan is no match against a total fool.
Wait, does that mean you just called me a fool?
Oh.
No, I'm talking about Paint Chips.
Oh, yeah. Well, now would be the time to get out there and sneak and do whatever.
Yes,
Maybe you
so-
can get Paint Chips to grab the orb.
What the fuck did I just do?
You you pulled the Hydra into the middle of the room?
No, not that in chat.
That's kind of what I'm wondering.
He tried to drag and drop the Aquan that was typed earlier.
Yes!
No. Yes.
Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Don't know how that happened, but okay. Anyways, he'd get off a slight another bah before going back to bubbles with paint. Leaving
just licks his mouth out of the water and lets loose an Elysian sounding bah. Puts his face back in the water and blows more bubbles.
Just trying to get attention for companions to come over here and maybe not attack it and or get the orb while I have paint chips distracted.
Alright,
Rick, I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'd personally rather just kill this thing.
You can go ahead and try.
Yeah, let's grab the orb, make sure we have that first, and then we can try and kill it.
I'm gonna go bite it.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I can't grab the orb, so I'm gonna go bite it.
I can't grab. No has thumbs.
Since Elysian's in there, do I get advantage?
Well, he actually has the Hydra's attention, so yes.
I was meaning because of my pack tactics, but that works too.
Well, right now, the paint chips is extended fully outwards, so technically Elysian is 10 feet away from the Hydra.
But he's still within 5 feet of paint chips, and that's connected to the Hydra, and
Not the main body, and there's 5 heads.
so it's still part of it. Alright.
I am aware.
Bonus
That's not how it
action,
works.
Divine Favor,
Okay?
and Chomp.
Wrong.
Wrong die color. Chomp.
Hard chomp. A 25 hits! You sink
good.
your teeth into the tail of the Hydra, dealing 12 damage.
And I think that's all I've got for my turn.
A couple of the heads shriek in pain and immediately focus back in on you as your teeth are embedded in its tail. Shenzi, it is your turn.
No, the undead are in the room that we just busted the door open, right?
Yes.
Okay, so upon hearing the commotion, Shenzi stops panicking, realizes her friends are in danger, turns around, and uses her one scroll to raise the undead.
Yay! This is the
Alright.
one thing I wanted to have happen.
That's a good question, real quick, Rika. Does it taste
Yes.
good?
It tastes like angry Hydra.
I'll take that as a yes.
It tastes like chicken.
Probably tastes better than Rook's ephemeral flesh did.
There you go.
I don't know.
Oh,
How
good.
Tasted magical.
Go ahead and
well, let
give
me put it this
me.
way. Rook is the summoned emissary of the Raven Queen who oversees the passage to death. I imagine it would taste rather like a rotting grave.
Well, yes,
Oh,
but it was a magical rotting grave.
So extra pungent.
So did it taste like marshmallows?
Probably.
Tragically delicious. Alright, Shenzi, go ahead and give me an Arcana roll. Since you were the one who created this scroll, go ahead and do it at advantage.
I'm guessing how high a roll is.
It is almost.
Crap!
Oh my
As though you
god,
were made to
guys,
do
do you
this.
see this? I dropped a 19.
She rolled a 19 and a 20 on an advantage roll.
You
Does
want
she
to-
feel the threads of destiny aligning behind her as she performs this action?
You
You
pull
resurrect everything.
you pull the scroll from your pack It whips around over your head with magic energy pulling from it. You spread your hands as the scroll unfurls, with the sigil in the middle beginning to glow with an eerie iridescence. Miasma lances from the scroll and slashes into the water within the cell area. At first, nothing seems to be happening, but then the water begins to bubble. The bubbling gets faster as bodies begin to rise from the dark, murky water within the cells. As they stand up, you can see that they are dressed in armor, much like the Gentarum would have worn. And they begin pushing past the cell doors and walking into the hallway. All of them stare at Shenzi. The sockets within the skulls fill with the same color miasma that is coming off of the scroll. And almost in unison, they stand to attention and salute Shenzi.
I feel so awesome right now. We are going to make our way towards the stairs. I know we can't get down and hit the Hydra at the same time, so we'll just go as far as our movement will let us, and then our turn will be over. Are there 10 of them? No, 11. How many are there? 11? 12?
I believe the numbers are... Okay, maybe they're not randomized.
Should we start treating them as a swarm entity at this point?
You have managed to revive and control 12 skeletal soldiers.
My god, guys, and we would have had to have fought those if Rook had made it onto that sigil.
Yeah.
Except that skeletons...
Sound like a butt.
Skeletons are kind of, Well, look at them. They've got 13 HP.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
blow
true.
through them.
Yeah, but, you know...
Beware small creatures in large numbers.
It comes down to the age-old question. Would you rather fight 1 orc-sized
no,
duck
Dreamstream brings up a good point.
or
We were
12
rolling pretty
duck-sized
bad
orcs?
last round.
Yeah, you were due for a timely advantage here. And said, "Are we sure Shenzi isn't some demigod or cloud cuckoo lander god killing time in mortal form?"
I still have.
I just walked over, ripped an iron door off of its hinges, turned around, and summoned 12 undead beings. I feel awesome.
When Shenzi has had enough of your shit, you're going to know. Alright, so what order are you going to give the soldiers?
They are all gonna head down the stairs as far as they can get.
Their mouths open as though they are saying something, and they give another salute, and they begin their march.
Yes.
Skeleton 7 makes it to the bottom of the stairs. Upon seeing the Hydra, it stops its march, kneels down into the water, and draws its short bow, aiming for the Hydra. Now I have to... You told them to head down, and they found something that could be considered a threat, so that's what they're going after.
Okay.
Yeah, I grabbed.
Alright,
Yes, you did. How do I roll for these guys?
I'm going to be doing the rolls for them.
Okay.
And believe it or not, after all of those initiative rolls, only one of them went slower than the Hydra. Considering this one hasn't gotten his practice in yet, and over the course of a couple generations, his shot sails wide. It is now the water elemental's turn. What do you want it to do, Tato?
For now, I just want you to chill.
Alright, the water elemental kind of jiggles and sets itself down once more. Skeleton 10 is going to head down the stairs as well, taking up position next to Skeleton 7. And once again going after Ted, Ned, Fred, Chad, and Paint Chips. And that one strikes true. Dealing another 5 points of damage. The arrow sticks into the hide of the Hydra, and it begins pulling back towards the door with everything it can. But the power of Paint Chips is too strong. On the next one.
The power of Paint Chips.
The power of Paint Chips. The soldiers are just going to continue down the stairs, taking up positions in front of each other in kind of a phalanx formation as they get into the room. And they are going to continue to attempt to rain death and destruction upon the Hydra with arrows until they're forced to get close. Skeleton number 11 misses with a bow shot. It is Kiero's turn.
I private messaged Kiero on Twitch, and he hasn't responded to me yet. So
he is chatting in the Twitch.
yeah, I see that.
Whoa! What?
Did you just check Discord?
Yes, I did.
Ray bought me a actual standalone microphone that should be here and ready to go by next week.
Nice.
Oh.
Go Ray.
And well, I would definitely consider that a donation. I don't know what he wants to do with that, but that's some major ethereal influence.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's after everything's said and done, because he's also getting me an arm and pop filter and stuff. It's about $230.
Jesus Christ.
So we're finally getting our wedding gift.
Apparently.
I sent you the information.
Alright, I'll forward that to him.
Kiero said guiding bolt again.
I made a suggestion to him, and I'm telling him to check that real quick.
Okay. I don't know if he's able to. If he's on laptop, he should be able to see his PMs. But holy crap!
I'll just put it in.
Yeah.
Public then. He's got this warding bond spell that makes it wonderful when, you know, tank and healer. That's a wonderful combination there.
It really is.
He's picked some really great spells. He just needs to use them.
Yeah.
Like that guiding bolt. I think that's the first time he's ever actually used it, and well.
Yeah. Well, he's usually had to spend his turns healing you guys. Yep, he agreed. Sounds very tactical. Do it.
Especially since it lasts an hour and doesn't require concentration at all.
There you go.
Alright, so yeah, he's gonna go up, touch me, cast that, and then back off. It increases my armor class by 1. I don't know what the save thing is. I'm guessing I get +1 on saves. Oh, hey! Thank you for the follow, Celtic Wolf 25.
Thank you, Kelty! Thank you, Kelty!
So yeah, as long as I'm within 60 feet of him, the only downside is he and I share damage.
Okay.
But again, it's with resistance, so
Yeah.
it's only
It is
half.
mitigated. Yeah, half damage. Alright.
Alright, so that's what he's doing for his turn. Like I said, he
Okay.
went up, cast that, and backed off.
Okay. Next up, Skeleton. He's going to,
He's going to teach math. Mr. Skeleton here.
yes, Mr. Skeleton.
Third grade math teacher.
He's going to move down into the bottom room, taking up position to the right-hand side of the walkway. So there are now 4 skeletons in a line just inside the room, all with short bows. And he got a 9, so he missed. These skeletons are just going to keep coming down into this bottom room and lining up. The next one pops down, goes a row in front of the 4 already there, and takes up position with his bow, and hits with a 22.
Woo!
Dealing 4 damage. Next up, skeleton number 2 sets up in the second row and fires, rolling a 6 and misses. Next up takes position number 3 in row number 2. Arrow hits with an 18. And that hits for 6 damage. See you later, Midnight. Skeleton number 12 does the same. There are now 3 rows beginning here. No, correction, this is the 4th position in row 2. And it hits with a 17. Dealing 8 damage. Zale, it is your turn. You just saw a small cadre of skeletons arm themselves with bows, march down the stairs. You'll hear 4, and then the screeching of a hydra. So
He will take about half a moment to just stare
I'm
at
feeling pretty great right now.
Shenzi's
no,
just
straight
sitting
up.
back. Hell yeah!
So, remind me of the exact proportions of this room.
The room is a large circular room. It's roughly 50 feet in radius.
Okay.
I'm sorry, diameter. It's a pretty big room.
That's better.
Yeah.
So if he were to drop a globe of darkness between the Hydra and the statue, he could get maybe the... Or he wants to drop a globe of darkness so it just covers the statue, essentially.
Yes, you could do that. You would have to send it to the far end of the room, but
He
you
doesn't
can
need to
cover
cover
the
the
statue.
top of the statue, just the base.
Yeah, you can do that.
Alright, so then he would like to sneak particularly into that area of darkness. He already has his hide up, so standard action for dropping the globe, and bonus points if it covers where the mage was. Go ahead and give you a new stealth check for that. He's going to make his way in.
Yes, please.
Lovely tower roll there, so I don't know what it got.
Unfortunately, that does not work.
He is also avoiding going directly by the Hydra if he can.
Right? If you stick to the wall, you can go around the left or the right. The
like
Hydra
that.
is in the middle of the room. However, even if it extends its heads, it's still going to be about 5-10 feet before it can actually get you with its teeth attacks.
An ideal outcome, Zale would like to end up close to the base of the statue. If he can swing by where the wizard was and pick up his, I think he had a staff, that would be great.
If you're heading along the wall, it's going to take you a little bit longer instead of going straight across.
Yeah, I'm not taking 5 attacks of opportunity, so we'll go along the wall.
Yeah. On your next turn, after a full move action, you will be there.
Rook will ruffle his feathers in some lower plane.
Just cawing indignantly at being 8.
Yes.
All right. Tato, it is your turn.
All right, so I'm still downstairs, aren't I?
Yes, you are. As you are down there, skeleton soldiers begin marching by you and taking up phalanx positions inside the room. Just ahead of you are 2 rows of 4 soldiers, each down on one knee holding short bows and peppering the Hydra.
Can I see the orb from where I am?
Yes, you can. It is far above the ground. In the hand of the statue, you can see the glow on the stone around it.
Alright. And are any of the Hydra heads looking directly at me?
Yes, the 4 Hydra heads that are not paint chips are staring back at the skeleton soldiers that are shooting it with arrows.
Alright. Well, I'll just join in with the arrow shooting then.
Okay.
Hey, it's like they're doing it.
Why the hell not, right?
We don't run any risks of cutting off a head if we just shoot it.
Yeah, but we can weaken it.
No, I think that's what she's trying to say. Don't try to kill the heads.
Oh.
Go ahead and shoot.
Okay.
I think in D&D, while it does get more heads, I don't think that it actually regains health.
Yes, it does.
This was specifically intuited by our knowledgeable monster hunter last session.
Yes.
It regenerates whenever a hit is back.
Since you've basically already locked into the plan that you're not going to lop off the heads, I'm going to tell you exactly what this thing does. The Hydra has 5 heads. While it has more than 1 head, the Hydra has advantage against blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, stunned, or knocked unconscious. If it takes 25 or more damage in a single turn, one of its heads dies. At the end of its turn, it grows 2 heads for each of its heads that died since its last turn, unless it has taken fire damage since the last turn. The Hydra regains 10 hit points for each head regrown this way. So it does heal.
We do 25 points of damage, but it regains 20.
Yes. And it gains an additional head in addition to the one that it grew back, in which case its multi-attack would go up by 1.
Yeah, so it does get harder to actually kill, but knowing that we do need to do fire damage helps a lot.
Well, except that is player knowledge, not character knowledge, and none of us have rolled high enough to know that.
Yeah,
and the only reason he told us that is because we agreed not to cut off its heads.
There you go. Alright, 20 does hit. You hit it for 6 damage. Congratulations! Lady Divine Knight, there she is!
Yay!
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Greetings, my Lady Divine.
It's a Hydra, and it's supposed to be broken. Technically, considering the head regrowth, it's supposed to be broken.
For my bonus action, I will use Slayer's Prey on the Hydra.
Okay.
You don't have to tell me the things you already just told me, but the first time each turn I hit it with a weapon attack, it'll take an extra 1d6.
Okay.
And that'll stack with Hunter's Mark I'll cast next turn.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna run half of the stairs.
Through the mark that you just used, you're able to discern that even though it has more heads and gets heavier, it is faster. So each time it grows a new head, it is able to make more attacks in a single turn.
That's okay. We want to bleed this thing out.
There you go. But you now know that.
Yay. Alright, so I'm like just gonna run half up the stairs.
Okay.
So not even my whole move action, just go up the stairs. You know, and the Hydra, I guess, won't be able to peek in all the way through, right? I'm not really
Not
sure.
without skeletons getting in the way.
Yeah, it can't even get to the door right now because Paint Chips is still bubbling away with a sheep in the corner.
I wish we could keep just Paint Chips as a pet.
Sadly, we can't.
Well, just saying, there was a $230 donation to the channel.
Holy shit!
In the form of a microphone.
Holy shit!
Were you not around for this, Sato?
Yeah,
I heard about the microphone, but I didn't know it was that much.
Right.
Yeah, it's a Blue Yeti Pro, so the microphone itself is $218. The extra bells and whistles are another $20, and that's not even including that he apparently got the 3-year replacement plan thing.
Ooh.
So at least 250.
Yeah, closer to 250. Yeah.
So essentially, he can do just about anything he wants to just now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's still asleep.
Ugh.
But
It's okay. He's gonna kill us all, I'm
Well,
sure.
There's always a possibility that Paint Chips could come back as an undead friend.
he won't kill me, and I won't let him kill some of us.
The problem is that the Hydra's too big. He can't exit this room.
That's why I said just Paint Chips. It
With
doesn't have to be in the form of a Hydra.
$250 or so of influence, I think he can have just the head and its neck following us around like a snake.
Oh my god, that would be hysterical.
Necromantic reincarnation. It comes back in a different kind of necromantically oriented body.
Okay, like it's just the head,
How about a nice flying snake?
That'd be funny.
Well, we could Dr. Frankenstein him and like just stick the head on a different body. And...
No. A Hydra-based demi-lich, but one without actual power.
I like the idea of just having Paint Chips. It's the best.
Yeah.
Obviously.
We'll figure it out later, but for now, let's play.
Yes.
Agree. Shit, I forgot to put this stuff away.
Tato, you have the rest of your turn you need to do.
Oh,
Does he have to?
actually, that was my whole turn. I'm sorry. I'm now up the stairs.
Alright. Skeleton number 8. Guess what it's going to do?
It's gonna
Do they
shoot
all have
something.
those?
Hold on. Lady Divine, everyone's health is actually back at max, as there was a subscriber to the channel, and their ethereal influence was that the party be healed. So the water elemental actually regained its healing properties through magical means, and gave the party the effects of a full rest.
Because I have the best brother ever.
Alright, skeleton number 8, he's going to march his way downstairs and begin a third row of archers within the room. And on a 21, hits the Hydra, dealing 6 damage. Next skeleton does the same, takes up position 2 in row 3. Hits with a 15, dealing 7 damage. Next skeleton takes up slot 3 in row 3. Misses with an 8. It is now the Hydra's turn. Having taken damage from these creatures, it begins to pull back towards the door. And 3 of its heads are able to actually chomp at 3 of the skeletons.
Then it gets
Chips
bones.
lets
all
out a
stuff.
very sad as he's pulled away from his sheep friend.
The bubbles kind of trail backwards, and Paint Chips makes a noise. Skeleton 8 is missed.
So I have a question.
Skeleton 4 is hit.
Are the bone shards like getting all stuck in their mouth and their teeth?
And Skeleton 6 is actually missed. So only Skeleton 4 is going to take damage. And takes a whopping 8 damage. So part of the skeleton is now missing. Part of the rib cage is gone. The left arm is gone. And the head is now missing. It is just a lower torso, half a rib cage, the spine, and the right arm.
It can still punch it, I guess.
Skeleton number 1 goes trouncing down the stairs.
La-di-da-di-da.
Lady Divine Knight has just dropped another 100 bits.
Woo!
Tell me, Lady Divine, what shall your divine intervention be? The skeleton is going to go ahead and fire its, it's actually going to come in, draw its short sword, and attempt to swat the Hydra, and hits with an 18. Dealing 3 damage! Alright, for $1, Lady Divine Knight, what would you like to do? It is now back to Elysian's turn, by the way.
Yay, my turn. So Paint Chips is no longer focused on me at all?
Oh no, he's still focused on you, he's just upset that he's being pulled away from you.
Yeah.
So what do you want you going on?
Hit the entire Hydra back.
Yeah,
Exactly.
let's play tug of war with the Hydra. I'd go pull back. Again.
Alright. That definitely passes the charisma check. Advantage on this. Actually, I will have to roll that in just a second. I have to use the bathroom. I will be back in a minute.
The sheep is just like,
I'm
nee.
going to do the same.
We'll go ahead and take a 5 to 10 minute break, guys.
Big, distraught,
So we will
pleading
be-
eyes and bleats as if it's begging its friends to come back.
What she said, I guess. So yeah, we will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Don't forget to follow the channel, subscribe on YouTube. If you can, subscribe here on Twitch as well. Remember, if you've got Amazon Prime, you also get access to a free Twitch subscription, which would help out a lot. And yeah, join the Discord. It's discord.zgfgaming.com. We've got a Telegram channel, which is @ZGFGaming, all one word. And you can use that to keep up to date with when we're streaming. And we'll keep waiting a little bit for Elysian to get back.
I'm back.
Elysian left as well.
Use the bathroom as well, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay. While he's gone, I'm going to go ahead and do the rolls for the Hydra here. Okay. Okay. Alright, I first want to know if I could positively influence the party in any way with 100 bits in terms of morale. Yeah, absolutely. For $1, you could definitely lift the spirits of the party with a song.
You may enter the voice chat and sing for us to boost our morale. If you do that, we will boost it up to... I'll boost it up to a 200-bit donation, yeah.
By the way, the other 4 heads failed in their strength rolls. So the Hydra is once again pulled away from the door as Paint Chip squeaks his way back towards Sheep Elysian. Sorry about stepping away like that, but it was kind of a...
Well, we're
kind
supposed
of
to
a
be taking a break about halfway through anyways.
Yeah. Well, we only play for like 3 hours, so...
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello?
Hola.
Konbanwa.
Omae wa mou shinderu.
Yeah? Chigao na.
Chigau na. Bakara!
Okay,
Urusai.
there you go.
Omae wa mou.
Stop perfect. I want to look at Twitch chat.
Don't stop me now.
I can't look at that, Tato. Copyright crap.
Oh, sorry, we can't do it because of copyright. But
When the world
sorry, lady.
I think we can have about 15 seconds or so of it.
Oh, yeah. Floating along in ecstasy. So don't stop me now. Don't stop me. 'Cause I'm having a good time. Having a good time.
Yeah, there you go. Get Rika to sing it for us.
No. Well, I probably could if I wanted to fuck the
Breaksteen
bottom.
applauds your performance.
Thank you. Oh, you know what I could do? If this is the lyric version, I can always just I can oh no, that's the official video. Let me see if I can see
Okay. Hero told me that the Ted head, right, that is going to be voiced by Seth Green.
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So yeah, Ted is going to growl in Seth Green's voice.
Oh god.
Yes, what can I do for you, Turlix?
Alright, you gotta finish up your turn, Turlix.
Oh. I was pulling him back.
They said you were the father! Alright. Yeah, so, Paint Chips squeaks back into the room, pulling the rest of the Hydra with it.
This tug of war is fun. Anyways, other than another few bars, just to, A, to make everybody know I'm okay, and B, I'm still kind of helping, question mark? Anyways, that's my turn. Since
Hey,
I
guys.
really need somebody to get up to me, and I don't really want to bring Paint Chips into the battle. Because having one less head to fight is always better.
Nim, it is your turn. You are still firmly attached to the tail of the Hydra.
Good. Bite some more.
No, 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 no!
Do I still have advantage?
They are able to see you, So unfortunately, you no longer have advantage.
There's no allies within 5 feet?
No, there are not.
Oh, that works.
A 26 hits! And there's 13 damage.
Nom, nom, nom.
Nom, 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 nom. And with that, green Icarus blood begins to ooze from the wounds from your teeth.
Does it burn?
It does not. Shenzi, it is your turn. Your undead army has all tromped downstairs and took up position. If you would like to go command your army.
I need to roll concentration every turn, right?
No.
No? Okay.
Only if you're hit.
Concentration is
I'm
only
going
for
to
attack.
walk down, like, about halfway down the stairs. I'm going to stand, like, one step behind and to the right of Tato. And that's
Okay.
where I'm going to hold my position as long as I hold these skeletons.
Keep in mind that you could still cast a cantrip,
Yes, you can cast cantrips without having to worry about concentration.
or any instantaneous
No
spell, so long as
shit,
it's not
really?
another. So long as it's not another spell that requires concentration, you can cast it.
Yep.
And as far as
Oh my
concentration
God.
checks go, it's only when you take damage.
Okay, well then I come down closer to the bottom of the stair. Or can I see the Hydra from where I'm at?
Yes. The doorway to this room is actually about 15 feet high. So even just up the stairs, you can see
Okay.
into the room. You see the Hydra pin-cushioned with arrows, bleeding from tooth wounds from your bestest friend.
Oh,
Holy
damn.
crap! There's the big boom!
Bestest friend forever.
And Shenzi starts giggling, seeing her handiwork laying into this Hydra, raises her paws above her head, wiggles them a bit, and then Hadokens a Necro Bolt, hitting the Hydra for 10 additional damage.
Mm.
God damn. Alright, so the Hydra is hurting, and he just got smacked by a big-ass necrotic spell. Is there anything else you'd like to do to break my game, Shenzi?
No, I seem to be doing just fine.
She would like to
Look here, you little shit!
pull my bow and arrow.
Alright, so the skeletons are going to do what they do best. The skeletons that, or the skeleton that was using a sword is going to switch over to his bow as well. First bow shot is a miss. It is the water elemental's turn. It's still going to chill upstairs. Next skeleton hits with a 23. Dealing 4 damage. Next skeleton. God damn it. I'm just watching this thing slowly die. Misses with an 8. Kiero, it is your turn.
I'm not sure we have a plan here, but probably the...
Yeah, Zim did have soft music playing on the stream. I don't know if that has stopped or what.
No, it's still going. It was just quieter, sorry.
Yes, Lady Divine. As the party begins their final assault upon the Hydra, skeletons raining arrows, the party gathering their strength and attacking this thing, you begin to hear like battle music from what may have been an anime, just did it, and it begins rising into an epic crescendo as the party assaults the Hydra.
There's some kind of deity of music on our side. If he casts Guiding Bolt again, like every single skeleton gets advantage, don't they?
No, just the first one to attack. Which
okay.
would be skeleton 5.
If you're listening to the Random Encounter stream, you'll hear the music.
Well, I heard something, but it wasn't music.
I have themed playlists that I play when I'm streaming D&D. So yeah.
Put on some Doom music.
Okay, I'm not hearing from Kiro, so I'm gonna go with the Guiding Bolt again.
I'm playing this right now. That is a hit!
And boom.
Boom! 15 damage from Guiding Bolt.
And that's all he's gonna do.
The skeletons! They begin their barrage of arrows once more. That one hits! 5 damage! Next one hits! 7 damage! The arrows continue flying in! One sails wide! Another sails wide! And yet a third also sails wide. The heads of the Hydra are going nuts, just whooping about the room, trying to dodge arrows and magical barrages! Zaylin, it's your turn! What will you do?
Maybe we
So
can get
Zale
them to
will-
play their heads together.
I'll continue along, try to grab that. It was a trident, right? As he passes where the priest was.
Yes.
Can he reach the statue along with this one?
Yes, you are going to be able to reach the podium he was on.
Okay, he has a climb speed, so he'll just be able to shimmy up.
Unfortunately, the investigation does not work, and the stealth does not take hold, but right now, the Hydra is too entranced with the fight to actually turn around and take off after you.
Okay, so then he'll grab the trident and shimmy up the statue.
You make it about halfway up. You're not quite to the top yet.
I believe that's all I have for now.
Tato, it's your turn.
Tato is going to run downstairs again. And he is going to cast Hunter's Mark on the Hydra with his bonus action.
Alright, the Hydra is now marked.
Now, this also stacks with the Slayer's Prey I used on my last turn. So that means on my next weapon roll, and every one of my first weapon rolls on it, it'll deal an extra 2d6 damage.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Where is the,
Where is what?
I'm looking for, There it is. Okay. Okay, this is a cover, so this is actually safe, since it's not the actual song. So I'm gonna play this shiz in the Discord.
Alright, does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit, yes.
Alright. I dealt a total of 8, 9, 10, 12 damage. No, 13, I'm sorry.
Alright, so you hit for 5 with the longbow and an additional 8? Alright. That was a great shot. It is still bleeding heavily.
That's fine.
Give me a second. I gotta play this here on the Discord. Oh, wait, that's not the right one. That's why. Okay, where's the Fists of Furry? There it is. There you go, Zim. Play that.
Are you sure that's okay?
It's an instrumental cover. It's covered under fair use.
Maybe, but that doesn't mean that the person that did that cover has copyright.
It's a cover. Technically, there is no copyright because it's fair use.
Okay.
I was listening to Doom remixed.
It is
There you
playing.
go. Alright, skeleton number 8. He's going to continue his attack on the Hydra. That one misses. Skeleton number 4. This is the one that only has one arm. So, he's gonna run in with his short sword. And he misses with his short sword.
Maybe I need to start rolling for the skeleton.
Maybe! I keep rolling really fucking low. Alright, it is the Hydra's turn. The Hydra's heads are going to turn around and take a look at the sheep. They begin snapping at the water, but they can't seem to actually catch the sheep.
Why do they want the sheep?
Because it's what's preventing them from killing you guys.
It's paint chips. They should be attacking their brother, kind of.
Elysian, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
Considering they share
Oh.
pain.
Let's see. More pulling with paint chips. More fun with paint chips. Or not killing my friends, please.
Just gotta keep blowing bubbles.
Yep,
Yeah.
just keep blowing bubbles.
Blowing
Yeah.
bubbles. and
This will
paint
be a D&D story. Oh, we
In
fought Hydra.
theory.
I blew bubbles into the water the entire time.
Paint chips.
Of it.
Paint chips just rolled a 24 on his strength check to hold the rest of his heads in place.
Oh my god, now you roll heavily.
Now it's your turn.
This is the worst Hydra ever. I don't think this Hydra's hit us once.
I got one of the skeletons.
It got one of the skeletons, but if you keep it up, something very bad might happen.
No, I can't cast that in addition. What about... There it is.
Oh my god, the Green Ranger's flute.
Alright, I am going to cast... Or I'm gonna bite, first off. Yeah, use that spell slot.
Dog biting sounds.
Dog biting sounds.
Do I hit?
A 23 does hit.
Perfect. I am also going to use a spell slot to add 2d8 radiant damage with a divine smite. In addition to my regular damage, of course.
14 damage.
And there's the... Really?
And what was that for?
That's my divine smite.
Yeah. Was that a fumble?
Apparently.
Alright. Well, in the middle of the epic music, there is a record scratch. As Nim tears into the tail of this Hydra and attempts to cast something, suddenly... Nothing to fear. You are actually shaken for 2d4 rounds.
What are you talking about?
In other words, you are scared.
Why?
You said that you fumbled.
You fumbled.
No, I didn't fumble. I just rolled low damage.
How did you roll a pair of d20s for damage?
Those are d8s.
Ignore that. I can re-maximize my window.
Wait, what? Those are D8s.
Okay. I have an ability called Divine Smite. It allows me to deal extra damage, 2d8 radiant damage, on a hit.
It just looked like a D20 on Fantasy.
Yeah, it looks like a d20 on Fantasy Grounds.
Well, they're d8s.
Okay.
And
But you
it's
didn't
just
fumble.
2 damage.
Let's retcon the last 2 minutes.
Let's
Just cut out in post. It's fine.
we'll fix it in post!
There is no post.
Fuck it, we'll do it live!
There's no post on Sundays.
Anyways.
Yes, anyways. Is that your turn?
Did you add the extra 2 damage?
Yes, I did.
It's not much, but it's something.
Shenzi! It is your turn!
Yes. I maintain that my skeletons are going to continue to kill the Hydra, and I send another cantrip at it.
You hit with Necrobolt!
3. Necro boop!
Sorry, Necro.
Everybody in chat! Boops! Boop for the Necro Boop!
Necro boop!
Hey, Necro Boop.
Boop for the Necro Boop!
Rika,
Yes.
I really want the spirit of the priest who died to just see this and react. I really want that to happen. Just see what's going on.
Just in the afterlife, just slowly face palm.
I've got it.
Like-
As part of the divine intervention, there is a little video, or music video, playing in Davy Jones' locker showing this fight. And the bubbles.
And the bubbles! Alright.
And everyone is laughing at the locker. You know,
They're
every
all
other evil
just,
entity is laughing at the evil priest.
In fact, the priest now has a nickname down there. He will be known forthwith as Bubbles.
Every evil
Ooh.
entity in whatever realm he was sent to when he died, they now just know him as Bubbles.
And Skeleton... Skeleton number 11 aims his bow with a final high-arcing shot. Pierces the hide of the Hydra. Unfortunately, Elysian, as you're blowing bubbles, you see Paint Chip's eyes kind of widen and then slowly cross as they go dark and his head falls slowly into the water. The Hydra topples over,
Right!
causing a large wave to surge across the room. The Hydra is dead.
Let's loot the priest's body, or sack of a body, I should say, and his staff. Like, he dropped a staff too, didn't he?
Trident, which Zale snagged on the way past.
No, I grabbed the stick.
Did you?
No.
I said I wanted to.
But
Just because you wanted to doesn't mean you got there first.
You didn't get the stick, boy. Bad boy. Back on.
Alright, let me grab the information here. The skeletons, they don't actually have minds of their own. They are, until you end the spell, they are yours to command. However, understand that without proper maintenance, the skeletons will begin to rot.
So they literally just don't care what happens.
They are your soldiers until you choose to end the spell.
Well, we can bring them up to the surface, have them dig their own graves, and have have them like lay down in their own graves, and then you can turn off the spell.
And Zale.
Yes, sir.
The item that Theris had was an item called the Trident of Warning.
Well, that's interesting, but I'm not quite sure what that means, to be honest. I mean, it looked like it was something powerful as a waving about and all that, so I snagged it, but honestly not sure what I can do with it.
Alright, the Hydra is currently no more. The room falls silent. The soldiers stand, shoulder their bows. The one that is only a lower torso, spine, and right arm sheathes his short sword at his belt. They give a salute and stand at attention.
Have the soldiers pick up the artifact.
I would like to harvest the Hydra.
Of course, I can
that-
promise you.
That would take you far too long. That would take you far too long. You are going to be able to remove part of it, but you're not going to be able to harvest the entire thing.
Okay, how much do I get?
Let me see here. Go ahead. You know what? Go ahead. Give me a cooking check.
Woo!
Well done.
Thank you. I'm kind of sad, I'm kind of not sad. Like, I'm really kind of sad and really kind of not sad because, one, it was fun, but Paint Chip would also want to kill me.
You are actually able to harvest 20 pounds of Hydra meat.
Nice.
Anyways, can somebody share me?
Nice.
Can somebody what? Oh, yeah. The sheep needs shearing!
I don't think we have time for that.
Okay, well, while you're harvesting meat, I advise...
Since it's going to take you a while to get all 20 pounds, we have time for...
I don't think so.
Okay. I advise Shenzi to tell the skeletons to grab the artifact, and then we can march it out.
The artifact is currently in an area of absolute darkness, so...
Yeah, I thought Zale was coming for the artifact. I was just going to kind of let him do his thing.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
As soon as the Hydra dies, I walk downstairs and I see that darkness over there, and it's just like, oh, that's Zale. I'm the only other one who can do that, so that's not me. I know it's him.
If we are
Okay.
looking into that section now, I'd like to give an Arcana check as Zale approaches the artifact.
Yes.
Particularly wants to know, if I touch this thing, will it zap me?
With that Arcana check, you can you kind of feel the energy around the orb. The energy does not feel malevolent at all. In fact, you get an odd calming sensation as you get closer to it.
Not quite sure what to make of that, but whatever. It's not going to kill me, so, makes you stronger and all that. He will grab it, sling it into his pack. Well, he doesn't have anything big in his pack. It'll fit in there, I think.
Can you fit a bowling ball in your pack?
He doesn't have a thing of rope in there, so I think he should be able to. I mean, he has a case for his kit, but that's about it. Oil. A few other little odds and ends.
Alright, here we go. Here's what happens as you pick it up.
Oh dear.
True to its name, the orb appears to be a globe of water that continually swirls. It can easily be picked up and pierced, as though poking into a bowl of water, but maintains its spherical shape. When you touch it, you begin hearing a deep and low voice speaking to you in a strange dialect of Primordial. When you place it into your bag, the voice goes away.
I've no clue what you're saying there, mate, so just give it up. As he descends the statue, he would like to take one last look at where the priest was, see if he can find some gold or something of interest. Now that there's a bit of time to do it whilst meat is being harvested.
Theris
on.
actually placed very little value in material possessions, so all he actually owned was that trident.
Mm-hmm.
What about his priestly robes?
They are soaked.
Oh yeah, and there's all that blood and other gory bits on it. I'm not even sure I could get a piece of silver for that, honestly. I mean, you could sell it to the rag pickers, but I'd give you a couple of coppers at most.
Draxian, someone donate to bring paint chips back.
Okay, Zale will head back to the entrance of the room, dismiss his globe of darkness, and begin climbing the stairs. Yeah, right, I've got the thing we came here for, so I'll just say we get out of here. I've had enough of this place, and I don't like those rumblings.
Alright, so...
Nods to the water elemental. We're leaving! Your freedom is assured now. Yay!
The water elemental seems to quiver in delight and begins following you up the stairs.
Yeah.
Knowing the way now, it takes you a very short while to get back to the upper floors and eventually back through the stairway that got you on top of the parapets to begin with. As you leave the ruins of the drowned tower behind, you hear a low rumble as the wood begins to give way inside the tower, which slowly sinks into the muck and is covered. All right, you now have a couple options here. First off, Tato.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with the water elemental?
Well, I'm going to ask you plainly. I mean, I believe all elementals should just be let free. So, you decide on your own what you want to do. That's the thing, that's the glory about freedom. Hey guys, though, have you been noticing a pattern? First, we're dealing with guys who want to bathe the world in fire, and now we're dealing with completely different guys who want to flood the world.
I bet next is gonna be like Earth. They're gonna try and like move mountains or something.
Oh, we'll find out, won't we?
I placed my bets on the wind one.
On wind next. I'm placing my bets on Earth next.
Well, the water elemental has expressed his desires, Tato.
You are free to do as you wish. Have fun.
With a slight burble,
Aquans, we don't know.
it squidges its way over to part of the swamp that is more fluidic than others. It melds into the water and is gone.
Goodbye, friend. Thank you.
Tato just responds with the silent thumbs up. Feeling good.
As the water elemental drops back into the puddle, a pseudopod raises above the water and gives a thumbs up as it slowly sinks.
Ah, nice. Nice Terminator 2 reference.
Alright, Elysian needs to be sheared, and Shenzi,
Yes.
do you want to continue the spell, or would you prefer to allow the soldiers their eternal rest?
I would like to give them their eternal rest, so I thank them all, and I give them hugs, and they don't really know what that means, but I give them hugs. And then even
the one that's only a lower torso and right arm?
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially the one that's only a lower torso and
on the
right arm.
cheekbone.
Especially
Well,
halfsies here.
His head's gone. His head is gone. He is literally just legs, a pelvis, a spine, half a rib cage, and a right arm.
No, wrong kind of cheek.
Oh god.
Fine, I kiss him on the side of the spine, and then I let them all go.
The soldiers slowly take off their rusted armor, lay down their weapons on top of the armor, and they move into the swamp and slowly sink into the mire.
Aww.
You have appeased their spirits. They are happy in the afterlife.
Zale will hesitate a moment as he watches this, and then, once he sees where they end up, toss a copper coin over each spot.
As the coins
That's really
bloop,
sweet of you.
as the coins bloop into the muck and sink, there is an echoing "Ah!"
Damn it!
Yay!
Oh, it's not for your benefit. You go back. I don't want you yet. I have not rested yet. You can't come back, you little bag of shit.
The raven alights on your shoulder, and as you look towards the raven, among the trees you see 11 others.
No.
It brought friends.
No, I'm done. That's it. No.
The,
He will.
the ravens all caw in unison, seem to give a nod to the party, and then fly off over the horizon.
No, that's it. I'm done. He's climbing into Jester's saddle, and he will just start to trot towards the city.
In case you didn't know, that was the soldiers giving their final farewell. Their spirits took the form of ravens before returning to their queen. Alright, so, on the way back to town, the party now has 2 options. Well, 3, technically.
We don't need to rest, because, we didn't get hit and had a full rest.
Yep. The options you have available to you. 1. Do you return the orb to Salvar Bricks and the Brotherhood of Cloaks? Do you return the orb to Rida, Spellweaver, at the altar at Umberley? Or do you keep the orb for yourselves?
That sounds like 3, not 2.
Well,
I said well 3.
Okay, I didn't hear that bit.
Well, I've got to admit, I'm more inclined towards what's her face, the Storm Mother. I think she'd do a better job of guarding the thing. I assume we will discuss this as the party makes their way back into the city, essentially.
Yes. Yes.
So, dip in on this.
I will keep a tally of what you guys choose to do as you vote on it.
Well, so far I'm getting... I'm wanting to just keep them. Keep the orb.
Okay,
I don't really
so...
trust either of them.
Nim wants to keep.
I'm with Zim. I don't necessarily want to keep the orb, but I don't really want to give it to either of them either.
Okay, so Nim and Elysian want to keep it. Zale wants to give it to Rida.
As a player, I think it would be best to keep it because I don't trust one person to have all of the orbs, so I don't trust the Brotherhood. Besides, that would be a great twist at the end, like, oh, thanks for giving me all this shit, now you're all gonna die. So, as a player, I think that would be a terrible idea, but as Shenzi, because they are the Cloak of the Brotherhood, and because she is one of them, and because she is always looking for companionship where she goes, she's gonna want to give it to them.
Okay, so Shenzi wants to give it to the Brotherhood of Cloaks. Elysian, Nim, and you two want to keep it, and Zale wants to give it to Rida at the Church of Umberley. Tato, what do you want to do?
Well, Tato first challenges Zale. Why would you want to give it to Rida?
Oh, mate, I've got to ask, do you know who runs this city? Have you any idea what the upper crust is like? Yeah, you've got the Zoras and the Zoras, and they pretty much run the entire place. And I've got to tell you, a lot of them worship Bane. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. I know.
So, let me tell you something else. The Cloaks, they are under direct control of the Zoras and the Zors. So if you give them the orb, it's essentially like handing it to the Church of Bane. I've got to say, I prefer giving it to a church that's not devoted to the god of evil.
You do realize that Umberley is an evil goddess, right?
Yeah, but it's not Bane.
He's got a point there. That is actually a very good point.
Look, I've lived in this city pretty much all of my life. I've got to say that giving it to them
Now,
would be a bad idea.
But at
And
the
maybe
same
done.
time,
let me remind you. Let me remind you. If you give it to the Brotherhood of Cloaks, they are going to hand over 100 platinum pieces.
Ooh,
If you hand it over to Rita, she is going to give you 1,000 gold worth of Cormyrian lions. These are a coin of the realm in Cormyria.
So we'll lose a bit of the money through.
You get nothing if
exchange.
you keep the orb.
Well, here's my answer
except for the
to
orb.
that.
If we keep the orb, we get the orb.
Okay, well, both Umberly and Bane can suck a fart out of my butt, and I say we keep the orb and try to figure out how we can use it so that the world doesn't get flooded.
Alright, so it looks like a majority of the group actually wants to keep it.
And if we make enemies out of the cloak and the Church of Umberly, so be it.
Alright, let's take a look, see what happens there.
Well, if you want to keep the thing, I'm not going to be part of it. I'll wash my hands of the entire issue. He will dig the orb out of his pack and offer it.
As you
This thing's too hot, I don't want it.
Once again, as you hold the orb, you can hear a deep and terrible voice whispering in primordial inside your head.
Again, mate, I have no clue what you're saying, so I may as well shut the fuck up.
It does not. In fact, the voice gets louder.
Ugh, what is it with those people to provide? Somebody take this thing, I don't want it.
I'll take it. Kato will just take it.
Well,
Hold on to it.
considering it's so large, we could keep it in the cart.
Yeah.
I've got a chest in there with a lock. I mean, it's not much, but we can put it in there. Are we going to do that?
That sounds like a good idea. Tato is holding the orb now, so...
Yes, the primordial is actually rather loud inside your head. Considering you're already tormented by a spirit, the primordial is particularly maddening.
I had that. Okay. I'm sorry, man. I get it. It's probably a warning or something. God. We need somebody who knows this language. Ow. This is giving me headache. This is giving me headaches.
Well, I've got to say,
Also, can
Ryder
somebody
probably
share
knows
me
it.
now?
Shenzi
Yes,
has-
Shenzi already has.
Oh, good.
Elysian, you take it. This hurt my head.
Okay, I'll take it then.
Tato,
Sorry,
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Upon giving it to Turlix, Tato's like taking both hands and rubbing his temples like, ow.
Alright, as Elysian, as you're holding the orb, the dark and dread voice begins whispering in the back of your mind as well in primordial.
So, ooh, hold on. So, orb speaking primordial?
Yes, to the point to where it's going to slowly drive you mad.
Kiero's on board for keeping it too, by the way.
Okay.
Here, he sat down
Hot potato, hot
gently
potato.
and see if it continues.
Alright, placing the orb on the ground, the voice stops inside your head, and the orb remains inert on the ground, simply swirling with watery miasma.
He'd go to open his pack, take part of his cloak, and push the orb into his pack.
The orb slowly rolls into your pack.
He'd then put his pack back on his shoulders.
Alright, you do not hear the voice, though you do feel the weight of the orb in your pack now.
Yep,
We have no
don't
idea
hear
what this
anything.
orb
Not
is
gonna
Let's
put
go.
it in the cart.
And Kiero actually said, though alignment-wise, he feels it would be better given back to the church.
To an evil goddess, though. That's not... You don't give it to an evil church.
Shinzi said, if it's not Cthulhu, I'd be pissed. It is a primordial, but you don't know which one.
We can bring it to a church I don't know. I don't think we should go back to town. I don't think... If we're keeping this, we probably should just disappear. They won't expect it.
That's very true.
Salvar,
Were we
Drix?
actually told why any of them wanted the orb?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole reason why I don't want to give it to any of them. Now, if we go ask why they want it and they actually tell us, that'd be a different story.
Sorry, I don't... I'd rather disappear and let them think we died down there.
Oh, no, if we're going... I'm not going to orbit anybody. We've got to say we didn't find it. It's as simple as that.
But we have it.
Yeah, but the tower is buried again. Who's going to know? Well, we got in there, we fought some things, killed the cultist, and went up against the Hydra.
Yeah, but...
No, we didn't manage to kill it in time.
Oops.
So...
That's supposed to be in common.
If we go and tell them that we have it, or that we don't have it and that we didn't find it, every single one of us has to lie, and some of us are really bad at that.
Well,
Yeah.
not necessarily. I mean, you could have one speaker do it for us, but yeah, essentially.
Yeah, I think it would be the safest option to go to a completely different town and never show our faces in that town ever again. I don't even remember what it was called. See, I already...
Mulmister.
I want to leave so badly that I've already forgotten its name. So, let's go to a town...
Yeah, but then they'll question where we went. They'll send out a search party.
Okay, they'll send out a search party to the drowned tower that has been completely drowned.
Good
We
point.
should cover up our footsteps.
Well,
No, they know
Or
where
try
we
to.
went. There's no point covering up the footsteps, and the thing's stuck in the mud again.
Oh, yeah, true.
So it's not like anybody can go down there and find that the orb's gone.
all right. Well, you guys have a week to come up with exactly what you want to do and how you want to play that. What I am going to do now is award experience points.
Yay!
Yay!
All right. So, for the recovery of the orb of living water, the party receives 500 experience points.
Yay!
For the defeat of the Hydra, the party receives 3,900 experience points.
Whoa!
Yay!
Meaning the party in total where is it? There it is.
I hope we leveled up.
I don't think we'll
That should
try
be
to
more
get
than
it, but
that.
we're getting close.
I want my zone of truth.
Where's the...
Be able to raise the
Final
undead
battle.
whenever I want.
Did it not do? Did it not add? It did not add. Okay. So let's try that again. Award.
There we go.
The party is at 5,520 of 6,500.
We can get another 6,000 XP. We'll be up.
Actually, the party needs,
Well, between us all, 6,000 would do it.
yeah. Alright, so, with that, let me see if I can find the actual name of the city here, because I myself have,
It is Mulmaster.
it is Mulmister, okay.
Yes.
Heading back to Mulmaster, soldiers of the Jintarum give you nods as they walk by.
I thought we were discussing not going back to town.
Well,
Yeah.
we've got to go back and get our stuff at least. I mean,
Yeah.
I have
As
my
you
stuff with me, so
return, you find your way back to one of the main taverns, and as you enter, Salvar Brix waves you over to kind of get a bearing on how it went. So, it's been a couple days. How went the search? What have you found about my friend Drayson?
oh, him? Oh, no, he's dead.
Yeah. He's
Uh,
very dead.
Oh, I've known that he's been murdered for quite some time. I was wondering if you could shed some more information on
it was crazy too, if that does anything for you. Or downright bonkers he was. I'm not even sure what he was talking about. We didn't find nothing like what you said.
So the orb of living water. Do you have it with you?
No, that... There's quite a bit more resistance in the tower than we were led to believe. And the whole thing's gone and sunk again. So I think it's out of range for everybody.
Alright, since you are...
Shenzi, I am the one doing it.
Since you are giving a bit of truth along with that, I'm going to go ahead and give you an additional +2.
I like E +2s. I'm adding that in myself.
Yay!
There we go.
And it's a 29.
All right. As you tell him what you had found,
actually, we might have found. I mean, I don't think it is, but we found this thing. It held out the what was it, white sapphire that they got. Oh, I don't think it's what you're looking for, though. It's just a pretty bauble I found in there.
He inspects the white sapphire. No, while this is a rather pretty gemstone, I don't think this is what we were looking for. The artifact itself was spherical in nature and appeared to glow with ethereal light.
No, nothing like that. We've got this pretty trident thing, though. I think it's magic.
A trident, you say? May I see it?
He'll hand it over. It's quite a pretty face. I'm not quite sure it suits me.
He looks over the trident. You see the trident glow slightly in his hands.
Uh-oh.
I see the magic on this. Do you know what this trident would do?
Well, judging by the scrapes and bruises all over my slim little frame here, I've got a good idea, yeah.
If it is okay with you, I would like to return this to the Mage's Tower here in town.
I'm saying as we couldn't find your orb for you, I think it's about the least we could do. So, yeah, go right ahead. That said, if some compensation would be appreciated.
Though unfortunate you did not recover the orb of living water, I can understand why. The drowned tower, it was...
sort of unstable, I would say, at the best of things.
It was a mere pipe dream, I should say. Some believed it a myth, and I was afraid that might be the case. However, for your efforts, I will still reward you. For the trident and for your efforts in finding out what happened to my friend Drayson, you may have this. And he hands over a small purse containing 600 gold pieces.
Nice.
Well, it was a bit of a pleasure doing business with you. I'm sorry if things didn't work out quite like you wanted. I'll give you a full write-up on what we found about your friend Drayson and all that. I mean, there's a bit more to it than that, but right now I am tired and covered in muck, and I've got this bleeding bird on my shoulder. I've got to placate somehow.
And he pecks at your head.
I did not do that. See, that was the dog thing there. Yeah, go bug him for a bit.
I'm gonna lick my chops.
Rook gives a rather angry glare towards Nim.
Rika?
Yes?
Kato would speak up at this point. Did you learn anything from the book that could probably help us find the Orb of Living Water?
Let me see if I can find anything about that.
Good thinking,
In other
Tato.
words, she forgot.
Perhaps the cultists moved it out of the drowned tower and moved it to wherever they would go. I don't know. Their headquarters.
I've got to say,
Cultist
I doubt that
HQ.
was their headquarters. The entire place was shaking the entire time he was in there. Not to mention that big whole thing in the roof. That was not safe.
Alright, let me see. There should be some information here.
I'm trying to tell Salvar, there's still hope that we can find it. But what you learned out of the book, that would help. Also, is there anyone who can speak Primordial?
Nope.
Well, there are some in the Tower of Arcane Might that can speak the language of the ancients, but it takes a while for them to translate. As such, we've been able to find something within within a notebook that we found within Drayson's apartment. Apparently, it was hiding within the floorboards.
The floorboards. We gotta check
Naturally.
this time.
We did find the following, and he shows a copy of a written page in common. It reads, "Floors above the officers' quarters are rotten through. Not safe. Something squirms in the dark. Theris has used a series of wards to protect the tower. I must remember the 2 passphrases. Something terrible lurks in the mud in the advisor's laboratory. Theris demands we avoid those chambers. Theris says I am not the only cloak who has seen the way of the crushing wave. Who are the others?"
Oh.
Also,
I want to give them over to Bricks.
And finally, always hungry, the avatar of the crushing wave demands to feed off the faithful. I must send more. And finally, scrolled in a note at the bottom of the page, a passphrase: "The tide rises, embrace the cold sea." These were the only things we were able to determine from that notebook of scrollings. Unfortunately, Drayson, he was half out of his mind when he was murdered. That's all we were able to discern from these writings, and I fear that we won't learn any more if that tower is truly gone.
Tato just goes, "Shit." Like, he's just so sad about it.
Aww.
Zale will pay for a... Are we still under the free room and board, or are we paying for our rooms again now?
Considering that you finished the job for the Tower of Arcane Might to their satisfaction, they are going to offer you room and board until you are ready to leave Molmister.
Okay, Zale would very much like a bath and a nice hot meal.
Yeah, that
Once he is done with this, he will write up a report for Bricks on the activities in the tower up until they reach that final chamber, at which point he will imply that the Hydra forced them out as the tower was collapsing.
Very well.
There is no mention of bubbles.
Alright, you are going to have to give a deception check on writing that.
Mm-hmm.
But since it is writing and not body language, insight is not going to work. So the DC is much lower.
Can be done.
That is successful. The report you write makes no mention of finding the orb, only the defeat of Theris and running away from the Hydra.
He also implies in this that after the fight with Theris, he was significantly less cognizant due to the heavy damage taken. So that's why the report gets a little bit less specific on parts.
All right. That's going to be filed away at the Tower of Arcane Might. They may be sending people out to see if they can locate the tower later
another
on.
thing for that deception check, no mention is made of Zale casting magic.
Fair enough. All right, and let me see if I can find any information that I can use to give me more info.
Aside from that, I would like to sell the white sapphire at some point, but we can deal with that at an appropriate time.
All right, the white sapphire is going to sell for 50 gold.
It's something.
Let me grab something here.
So are we all splitting the gold from that pouch?
Yep, 100 gold for each, plus a little bit more for the 50 split. Nim Otar was not there for the fight, so I would say 10 for the rest of us.
What do you mean he wasn't there for the fight?
He was watching Star Wars. The ruling we have is treasure is split between those who are present, so the sapphire was earned by the 5 minus Otar.
All right, let me see what I can find here for you. All right. No. No. We shall see.
Such is assumed. While he's out selling things, pick up. I'll hawk that golden ring as well, by the way, as it shows up as magic. I'm going to pick up 2 potions of healing.
It is not.
Where did I put my potion of healing? Appear to have discarded the entry.
All right. So, you are able to stay in the Tavern Inn for 3 or 4 days. Basically, time to, get yourselves together, kind of get over the adventure you had just had.
You gotta shake it off.
Yes.
Take a bath and protect that orb at all costs. Oh my god. But don't act like we have it,
So, what is everyone doing currently?
Aside from selling of things, he said 4 days?
Yes.
We'll run some work with his kit. Should I just add those numbers in since I have them listed?
Yes.
Right.
Alright, since we already have Zale, I'll just go down the list here. Elysian, what are you doing?
Well, Elysian is just going to go to his room finally. Or just head to the inn after all that. And begin to not even touch the orb, but put his pack near the bottom of his bed.
Okay.
Maybe and stone face that entire time just to not alert anything.
Okay. So.
Other than that, without somebody who can actually study it, there's not much I can do.
Okay.
Tato is going to find refrigerator storage for all of the Hydra.
Okay. Well, actually, that was Nim who was taking care of that. What's Nim gonna do?
I'm taking care of what?
Your Hydra meat. So
yeah,
that
you're the
it
one
doesn't
with the Hydra
spoil.
meat.
Yeah, probably just salt it or something to preserve it for a little longer.
Okay.
Okay. I'll help Nim with that. And then, yeah, that's all. I'm just helping Nim make our rations. Hydra rations.
Alright, Shenzi, what are you doing? You can just type it in the chat, I'll see it.
She wants to touch the Orby.
Okay, so she's hanging out with Elysian.
Okay.
It's like
And
Shenzi's already mad.
Nobody touches the orb.
Are
Yeah.
you really going to try and stop her?
Yes.
Yeah.
does it change if I put it underwater?
Let's not play around with the orb until we have somebody who knows how to handle something like that.
Okay, so
Yeah.
why aren't we gonna put it somewhere more... Never mind.
It's in Elysian's backpack. He never leaves that thing.
You can, Shenzi. Well, I don't think he's actually keeping it in his bag right now. You said you were looking at it, correct? Elysian? You said you were looking at the orb, correct?
No, I put my pack where the orb is next to my thing, but saying he'd get it and slowly roll it out using his cape. Don't touch it.
Okay.
Proceeds to touch it.
Proceeds to touch it. Grabs it anyway. Shenzi, as you pick up the orb, you can feel the membrane on it kind of flex inward. It's not completely solid, but it has weight. As you hold it, the primordial whispers begin to race through your head.
That's why I told you not to touch it.
It tastes like water.
Shenzi, what is this going to accomplish exactly?
Her own curiosity. She just
Pretty much.
hate it.
All right.
You know what?
Alright, I'm going to assume that Kiero was just out and about town, or probably resting. The orb doesn't actually do anything when you do that.
It's a good way to lose it if you drop it, though.
It's not broken. It doesn't do anything. In fact, all that really happens is that the primordial whispering gets louder.
Shenzi, put the orb back on the desk and let me put it back into my pack.
Yeah, before it, like, gives you a headache. Seriously, that's all it did to me.
Try casting some light magic while holding it. Just something small.
Elysian carefully pushes it back into his pack.
No, don't cast any magic. Look at where we are.
Alright. As Shenzi and Elysian are looking at the orb, they do not notice the door opening behind them. And with two solid thuds, they are knocked unconscious.
And we'll see you next week.
Zale, while you are out shopping, moving from place to place, you round a corner, making sure that you are given correct change, when a knife is put to your throat and a rag placed across your mouth and nose. You fall unconscious. Tato and Nim, you are curing meat. The smell of drying and salted Hydra meat fills your nostrils. You don't detect the compounds that have been placed nearby. Both of you fall asleep there next to the curing station. Kiero is absconded with while he attempts to get some sleep.
Oh, great. We're super fucked.
As the party wakes up, you find yourselves all together once again, but you're in a heavily barred cell.
Relevant question, if I may.
Yes.
What happened to Rook?
He was not around at the time of your absconding.
Just checking.
For the end of the world.
Just before the party blacks out once more, you hear men talking. They've heard the rumors of the strength of the party, and they feel that you would be worthy gladiators, and were to be thrown into the arena of the Black Blade at the Bloody Boar Tavern. On on that ends book number 2 of Elemental Evil. And we will continue the next one. Entitled... I thought this would be faster. Entitled Mayhem in the Earthspur Mines. Next Friday.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. I will be streaming next on Sunday with XCOM 2. Hope to see you all there. Please make sure you follow and subscribe to both channels here. And yeah.
Yes, I will drop the link in both chats here, just so everybody can see both channels. If you are not following Razim's channel, please do so. And if you are not following Random Encounters, please do so. We both have our own content that we share. I am actually going to be back at it again Monday as a player this time, and a D&D game. That's going to be happening once again on Monday around 4 or 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. And I do cast Monday through Fridays now, from about 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and 5 p.m. with Zim for the D&D, until 9 p.m. each night, or a little later, depending on how I feel. And I hope you enjoy that.
I'd be okay with us moving that up an hour, but we'll discuss that offline.
Yes.
We will see you all next time.
Yep. And on behalf of Random Encounters and the Drowned Winch Tavern, we'll see you again as well.